What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, we're going to talk about the Kraken's earnings call, what was good and missing, and am I calling the bottom right motherfucking now for Bitcoin and the miners? All that and more coming up. All right, you freeloading motherfuckers, get your pen out. Get your pen out. I'm going to give you some stuff. BITF. Yeah, we were just buying it 15, 20 minutes ago at 213. Use that as a limit. Last trade, 216 and a half. Also, SMCI, limit 18. Last trade, 18 and a quarter. Don't pay more than $18 or thereabouts. Recall, and the Italian from Laguna Beach will back me up on this. I said to short SMCI pre-split at 1,000. The trade went against me to 1,200 and change, aka $120. Where is it now? Oh, it's down about 90%. First time you've publicly heard me flip around to the other side. They haven't filed their Q. Hindenburg did a hit job about 50 points ago. You may have one more shoe to drop down in and around to say 15, but if you pull up a 5-year plus chart, this thing has lost 85 to 90% of its value. At this point, it's a takeover target, in my opinion, but once they clarify the books, that gap between 25 and 40 could get filled like that. One more time. SMCI, whether it's a trade or a long-term, use 18 limit. I bought BITF. Yeah, I wish I had BTC and some of those other, let's call them illiquid names. Our average on the BITF is 185. I'm the asshole, according to some of our peacocks in the Discord, that didn't sell it at 280. You may not have sold your Mara at 25. I'm saying Mara, there's another one, 20 and a quarter, 2038 right now. Use limit 20 under a half to buy and or add to your Mara position. I think the 87.5 or thereabouts low from this morning is going to stick. Last trade on Bitcoin, 89,288. We are range bound, to keep it simple, stupid, between roughly 85K and 94, which is an all-time high. I think we just set a higher low at 87 and change, and we're going to vacillate in and through the end of next week, which is typically bullish, 75% of the time as you head into and slightly beyond Thanksgiving. But let's be honest. Most of you probably tuned in for the Kraken. So what do I think about that conference call? Well, before I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, please do me a favor. Give this video a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and share your comments below. And when you're done with that, go on over to shopsmallbiz.com, the #1 small business directory and stock trading Discord. We don't edit around here. Over a 95 motherfucking percent win rate. 140 wins or thereabouts and less than this many losses. And while most of you are focused on the Kraken or the debacle known as GRTS and now Q, and maybe one other stock that we're underwater on, the vast majority of what we own and what we've rung the fucking register on for an average gain of 32% in approximately 2 months has been insane. So for about $2 a day or less, go on over to shopsmallbiz.com, get a Discord if you don't have a small biz. That's 2/3 of our members. Premium, which has everything if you do. I will help you advertise your business if you got one. I'll help you make money in the stock market. You'll get real-time notifications to your phone or desktop when I do a trade. And you can meet new friends from all over the world, 23 countries and counting. And yes, it's true. If you buy 1 month, you get 2 free between now and the end of the year at shopsmallbiz.com. All right, the Kraken. And by the way, that flush, that gap fill test on the IWM. I said if we broke 230-250, what is it? My 6th fucking video of the day inside the Discord? Are you kidding me? Talk about value add. I said if we broke 230-250, which was the bottom of the tail from a few days ago, that gap all the way down to 227 and change might get filled. We are right now, as I'm talking to you, at 231.78 if my eyes are not deceiving me, but I'm not seeing heavy volume. So do not be surprised if we're at or near the low and we may only have filled maybe 20% of that gap And then we start to bounce and drift higher into Thanksgiving. But with respect to the Kraken, fantastic. Kinda. Doug, I hope you're watching. I know you told me you wanted me out of the stock. I want you out of the stock. Do it, right? Remember that? I should have listened to you. You probably knew you were about ready to mow me and 400 of my motherfucking friends into the dirt when you gave away 300 million shares to the Keystone Cops only to do a massive reverse split of 1 for 150. And then here you go, Deliquious. There's 20 million shares. But thankfully, through the grace of God, I was screaming and hollering for the last several months, stop the madness, stop the dilution, get rid of the ELOC, and you finally turned it off. And not only that, I mean, folks, we have to be honest here. It's nothing short of stunning how they've managed to avoid Chapter 11 a year ago. And now they've got 22 million, I think, in the books for this year, projecting 30 to 35 million. What the fuck is that all about? It's phenomenal, but I got a question. A number of them, actually. Doug, you said about a month or so ago that you've got 2 contracts worth $33 million on the lead remediation. Well, if you're only going to do $30 to $35 million next year, what does that mean about the smart insert window biz? What about laying fiber optics with Boaz? Does he still work for you? I haven't heard a word out of him. Maybe he's still around. Somebody let me know in the comments. And what about the slant well drilling for clean water in South America? For the most part, the lead remediation is that $30 to $35 million. So what about 2/3 of the rest of the business? We didn't get any clarity unless I missed it. Although, before I forget, ladies and gentlemen, we tried to listen again. And by the way, Doug, I don't know if it's intentional, but we can't listen to the playback. When you call the toll-free number, don't have it down and you enter the PIN that starts with 137, I'm sorry, this has been disabled. So we can't clarify what you said midway when you said we see $50 million worth of potential with X and $70 million long-term with Y. So folks, according to my 3rd grade math, he's projecting that they could grow, if fully materialized, 3 or 4X from next year's number of 30 to 35 million and be profitable next year. Insane. And then you're going to double, triple, quadruple in the next, let's be honest, 2 or 3 years. Incredible. But you might be asking yourself, why the fuck is the stock stuck at 88 cents and change? And the answer is very simple. The CEO, who I hope is watching this video, has no motherfucking credibility. You pulled another cowardice move once again, Doug, by not allowing anyone to answer any questions, and nobody other than Joel, who seems to read from a 3x5 card, is allowed to say a word. Are you bothered at all? I mean, at all, by the fact that your stock is less than a dime off an all-time low? Does it bother you? Do you ever sit there and say, gee, we've done 2 reverse splits, we're down 99.9% of the time, and anyone who invested in our IPO or even traded the Kraken last May when it went from a nickel to 60 all the way back down, reverse split adjusted to less than a quarter of a penny as we speak, everyone's lost money. Me, 400 other people, and everybody watching me right now, whatever they made in the spring is gone. And I don't know about you, Doug, but it would eat me alive. I'd be laying in bed at night going, I can't believe this. Where the fuck is the buying you said you were going to do? You told me a year ago or thereabouts you were going to put your own skin in the game. Where are you? Where's Sheldon? Where's Boaz? Where are all these new lead guys? Oh, maybe they know that you're just going to continue to mow the stock into the ground. Maybe they know you're going to turn the suspended ELOC back on again. You certainly painted a very bullish picture, and I heard the part about new acquisitions. That's going to require some money. But does it bother you? I'd love to know. You can fucking call me. You've got my number. You could put out another airy-fairy shareholder letter. And here's what I would say in closing. We've gotten a number of calls, emails, etc. from our shareholders, and we'd like to clarify a number of things. Number one, we did suspend the ELOC with Liquius. We drew down exactly, and don't fucking tell me you can't tell us now that you filed your Q and you can actually buy stock as an insider. How much of the 20 million shares that they were given have they sold? How much of the $100 million ELOC have you drawn on? How many shares are outstanding as of right here, right now, today, not at the end of the quarter? And don't fucking try to tell us, well, we can't, that's a NASDAQ violation. Bullshit. You already filed your Q. You can come out and tell everybody what the status of the ELOC is, how much of it's drawn down on, when and what would cause you to turn it back on again, how many shares of the 20 million is Liquius sold, what's your relationship, as I said yesterday, with them? Are they pissed off? I don't know about you, but if you gave me, so to speak, $25 million at $1.25, and they were starting to mow it down, oh boy, we're getting out, they probably sold a third, maybe half. The float's a lot larger than what you're going to report as of the last 10Q. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. That's why no one is willing to step in with size right here and buy any fucking stock. I'm asking you as a man, as a friend, if you can call me that, a colleague, a hater, does it bother you? Does it bother you that you've worked your ass off along with the rest of the team for the last 2.5, 3 years? You've got all these new people, and all they've seen since they've come on board is down, down, down. No movement, no excitement, no volume. If you had an ounce of credibility, an ounce of ego, and I know you got some, you'd come out and say, here's what's going on. We're drawing a motherfucking line in the sand. From here on out, we're going to fight like hell for shareholder value. You've done nothing of the sort since I've fucking known you. You're an expert at taking care of employees and insiders. You repriced that preferred below a nickel before she made the big run. Then you foolishly announced a $100 million ELOC. You were smart enough to turn it off or suspend it. But here you are once again under $1 and in violation. You're going to get the 30-day note from NASDAQ. Does that bother you at all? Does it bother you at all that when you leave your fucking house, if anybody recognizes you, they think there's that scumbag who's driven the fucking stock into the dirt? Yes, he's doing a tremendous job in recalibrating and growing the company, A++. But in terms of defending shareholder value and giving a shit about those that are down massive amounts of money, F motherfucking minus. But you can change all that. Get real transparent. Stop hiding. Stop being a fucking coward. Take questions. Okay, so you don't want them from me. Take them from somebody else, even if it's in writing. Come out with a message, a news announcement. We're willing to take questions to this address around these subjects, and then address, 4 or 5 of them. And it has to do with the ELOC and the liquidity. Because until you address how much more is coming and how much more we're going to have to take it up the ass, this stock is not going anywhere. And I've told our people we're not buying any more fucking stock until we start to see some performance, until we start to see the CEO of this company stand up for shareholder value. Put your own fucking skin in the game. I don't want to play any recordings because that's not my style, but you told me that on numerous occasions that you were going to put your own money in the stock. And you've done nothing of the sort. And neither is anybody else on the team. And what are you going to do, before I forget, with all those restricted units you gave to guys like Boaz that are already down 90%? Oh, that's right. You're just going to hand out more fucking restricted units. Or reprice them what? Down to a nickel? Dime. Sneak it in on a late Friday night, filing 8K, right? Yeah. Prove me wrong for months, would you? Just once. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, always remember that I love you. And thank you so very much for watching.